4 more days. So I request you all to please join us again for the next 4 days, as we'll go a little deeper into it and we'll even see the history of the organization. Also, we've got an intermediate level course coming up soon. So after some time, we will be posting a Google form link in the chat box, and we'll show you how to access it. All you have to do is fill up a Google form so that we have your contact details for those of you who are interested in the intermediate level course, as this was a beginner's course. So once we have your contact details, we'll let you know when the next intermediate level webinar is going to be starting. So if you want to join, you can. As always, I request you to keep your videos and mics on mute throughout the session. And please use headphones or earphones for a better sound quality. Please post any questions you might have throughout the session in the chat box, and we'll answer them in the Q&A round at the end. We are streaming live on Facebook. So if you think that you've missed part of any session or you want to go watch it again, please feel free to head on to our Facebook page and watch the previous session recordings there. Now we'll start with a short meditation. So I request you all to just sit comfortably and relax. Allow any tension in the muscles of your neck and shoulders to soften. Take a deep breath in. Then breathe out with a sigh. Either close your eyes or, if you wish, keep them open and focus on a point in front of you. Bring your attention to the rhythm of your breathing for a few moments. Observe your breathing settle down into its own natural rhythm. Experience calm come into your body, and with it, your thoughts slow down. Watch your thoughts and do not become entangled in them. Allow them to drift past as you become peaceful. Feel that deep peace and experience it as a point concentrated in the center of your forehead. Like a point of light. A deep peacefulness emits from this point of light. A point symbolic of your spirit or soul. Visualize this peaceful light emitting rays of tranquility, rays of peace and light. Experience the energy of this light as relaxing and very peaceful. Now, move your attention to a space outside of your body. Where there is another point of light. A point that is like an ocean of peace, an ocean of tranquility, an ocean of love. Make a connection between yourself and that ocean so that the light and energy from it flows to you, entering through your face and eyes, spreading out to fill every cell of your body with soft, healing energy. Hold that image of the soft, healing light coming from this infinite ocean of love and filling you with the same energy. You feel restored, replenished, healed. Stay with that experience for a bit. Then feel that same soft healing energy radiate from you, from your forehead to your heart, to the people next to you. Then fill the whole room and stay connected to that ocean of peace and light. You feel the room is full of love, light, peacefulness. Imagine there is a globe of the earth suspended in the center of the room, a couple of feet off the floor. And imagine that your peaceful healing energy concentrates in the center of the room, surrounding the globe and all the people on the earth. You remain aware of being a peaceful, soft light, connected to an infinite source of peace, love, and light. Your healing thoughts and energy are surrounding the globe. This healing energy flows gently between you and the world. Stay with that a bit longer. Then, in your own time, become aware that you are sitting on your chair in this room with your feet on the floor. Deepen your breathing and gently open your eyes. Om Shanti. I hope you all could visualize that healing energy and the globe, and you could feel that soft healing energy. Thank you for that meditation. Thank you for doing it with me. I now welcome Sister Harsha. Welcome, Sister. I request you to kindly take us through today's lesson. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and a very good evening to everybody. Thank you, Koshaben, for that wonderful meditation experience. Now today, we begin with our 7th chapter of Rajayoga meditation course. But before that, a quick recap of what we learned yesterday. Yesterday, we learned about the Kalpa Vruksh, the tree of humanity, a very beautiful story, how this tree began with the seed of the our father, and then the two ages, which is Satyug and Tretayug, which form the trunk of this tree, trunk which is so powerful, which is one because it is close to the seed. And then, as the journey grows further, from Tretayug, we come to Dwapar Yug, when these deities become body conscious, and because of the vacuum within, they turn towards devotion. This is how Hinduism spreads. Different divine fathers, they come from the soul world and they become instruments in establishing different religions. This is how the tree develops several branches. These branches initially, they were also very powerful. What these divine fathers shared about life, about God, about truth, that was so beautiful and perfect. But with passage of time, due to different interpretations about what they taught, just like Chinese whisper, every religion started losing its strength. Then comes Kali Yuga. We are reaching towards the end of this drama. Now, no soul has got this power to establish a religion. The tree is winding up. And as we have learned before also, the way every tree has a lifespan, this tree also has got a lifespan, which is of 5,000 years. We are reaching the end. Now, very little time left. This tree of humanity will also fall. And we have learned that will be through three ways. And the three ways are natural calamities, civil war, and atomic bombs. Here we can see Sangam Yug, wherein we Brahmins, who are children of Brahma, the one who becomes instrument, Shiv Baba takes Brahma Baba's body. He uses his body to impart knowledge to us, to give sustenance to us on the stage by performing different roles of a father, of a teacher, of a friend. And it's through Brahma that we Brahmins are created. And we Brahmins, who are students of God, who are learning through Him, who now in real sense are close to Him, we become the roots of this tree. We are doing tapasya, Sangam Yug. Now, on this thought, let's do a small meditation. I see myself today sitting below the tree of humanity, such a vast and big family. Along with Shiv Baba, the seed, I see myself very close, Shiv Baba's divine light of peace and purity reaching out to me, filling me till the depth, filling my every corner. I see myself now radiating powerfully, just like Shiv Baba, the supreme energy. Now, this light from Baba and me flowing upwards, this white light reaching every branch and every leaf. There are so many leaves, so many souls, all my brothers. Today I connect to them. Let me wish them today, every leaf, a good evening. I greet them by saying, Om Shanti. I see the leaves smiling, responding. I see them happy. We all feel connected. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. After this end, as we know, Shiv Baba has come in Brahma Baba's body, the same soul who, in his perfect form, was one upon a time, in his first birth, Sri Krishna, the perfect one, and the same soul after changing so many costumes in his last birth, in his imperfect form, becoming a sadharan normal human being, and in his body that Shiv Baba comes. We'll understand Baba's history someday. And today, we'll be learning a very, very important topic, which is karma. We have heard about this term karma since ages. We all know that there's something called the law of karma, which exists time and again when people started drifting towards unrighteousness. The divine fathers, the Dharmatmai, Mahatmai, who played a very important role in this drama, they always highlighted people that don't drift. There's this law of karma. Please abide by this law. Only then there will be happiness and peace. We know this exists, but unfortunately, we have lost attention on this concept. Without following rules and regulations, we have been playing, then the result is obvious. So let's again today refresh in our minds this law of karma, which is very simple and very perfect, very beautiful. But since we have gone so much into complexities, we have lost touch with everything that is simple, which is basic. So today, let's take a U-turn and come back and learn this law of karma at a deeper level today. As we all know, the law of karma is very simple. What goes around comes around. Even Newton's third law of physics very beautifully defines for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. It's as simple as that. The law of karma. What exactly is karma? From an outer level, we understand that actions, they are karam, what we do from our hands. But Shiv Baba very beautifully at a subtle level has highlighted to all of us that karma is not just action that we do through our hands. Every word that we speak, that's even called karma. It's an act, an action of speaking. It's not just through my words, but even every thought that I create at a subtle level in my mind, even thinking is a karma. So beautifully. Today we understand that even thinking is a karma. If I think wrong about somebody, then that goes into the account of wrong karma. So it's very important that I keep the wider picture in front of me. I understand this law in depth. Here we can see we have heard so many theories in scriptures by religious gurus that human beings they cross different species. They say in Hinduism 84 lakh species, and then again they become a human. This is an old theory. Earlier, when people started drifting towards unrighteousness, many religious saints and sages very lovingly tried to make us understand that don't do this. And when people were not listening the good way, then they used the other way also, which is by using this theory to scare them so that they don't drift. By telling them that if you don't do good, remember, in your next birth, you'll either become a donkey or a monkey or anything. But Shiv Baba, the ocean of knowledge, very beautifully has taught us that this whole drama is about humans, plants, animals, trees, birds, they are merely byplots. A human soul will always become a human. In school, we used to learn the Darwin's theory, the theory of evolution. It was something like there was amoeba, and then so many species, then apes, monkeys, and then humans. It's today that we understand that that theory is outdated. A human will always become a human. This is something now that science also has accepted. Science has got its own journey. It's a research wherein we try to analyze its trial and error, a journey to know the ultimate truth. There are so many cases of reincarnation wherein people remember their past lives. If we log on to Google, YouTube, there are so many case studies today. If we analyze them, study them, no human being has ever shared then that in his past life he was an animal, bat, or two birds. Everybody remembers that in their past lives they were humans only. There are so many books written today on this. To name one, there's a book called The Same Soul, Many Bodies. If anybody wants, they can read this book, which has got so many chapters in the form of case studies of people who have shared their past life experiences. So the good news is we'll always become humans. And then there are different types of karma. First one, first type of karma is a karma, which are neutral thoughts. We'll understand them. The second one is vikarma, which are negative ones. And the third type is sukarma, which are the positive karma, which are the good deeds. There are different types of karma, and we'll understand them in detail. This is a wonderful story of rise and downfall of Bharat. In this picture, beautifully, we can see a journey of Bharat. Bharat means simply the whole world, from rise to downfall. There's Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kal Yug. Now, this law of karma, today for a change, from a paranomic view, let's try to understand, is the law of karma same in every age, in every period, or is it different according to age? Let's try to understand this. In Satyug and Treta Yug, which is heaven on this earth, where deities resided who were absolutely perfect, with divine qualities, every action that these deities performed in their day to day life, that every action was a karma. And a karma simply means they were neutral actions, and neutral simply means there was no calculation. The bank balance of these deities was so full. The bank balance of good karma of these deities was so much in abundance that they were actually reaping the sweetest fruits of that bank balance. They were enjoying the fruits of their good karma. So there was no calculation, which is as you reap what you do. No. We'll understand this also later. And then after Satyug Treta Yug came Dwapar Yug. In Dwapar Yug, when these deities became body conscious, and because of this body consciousness, the seed of body consciousness led to vices, and these vices became like stains on the soul, and gradually the stains kept on increasing. In mythology, we see so many stories with negative characters, be it Ravan, be it Maya, be it Jarasandh, be it Dushasan, be it Duryodhan, any evil character. These evil characters are nothing but a symbolic presentation, a physical presentation of the vices that we all have within today. It's only a symbolic presentation. Otherwise, in reality, Ravan didn't exist this way. Beautifully, we'll understand more about this. When we got influenced, which is when our mind and intellect became influenced by these vices, our thinking, our decisions, our judgments, our emotions, the whole world inside, it started drifting towards unrighteousness. And thus, our every karma started becoming vikarma gradually. Though initially it was gradually, here we can see it's inverse proportional. The more the body consciousness, the more the vices. The more the body consciousness, we have less soul consciousness. The more the we have vices, the less we have virtues. And the more we develop vices, that leads to more vikarma. Gradually changing costumes and doing lot of vikarma, maybe sometimes knowingly, maybe sometimes unknowingly also, our any act, even unknowingly, if it hurts somebody, if it causes sorrow to somebody, then that every act falls into the category of vikarma. Since vikarma were increasing, negative karmas were increasing, and we were not nullifying that, we were not doing much positive, right? We accumulated, the bank balance of negative karma kept on increasing day by day, accumulated wrong actions, and thus we see today in Kali Yuga, as a result of this accumulated vikarmas, the problems that we see in front of us today are in wholesale at a much, much, much bigger scale because these are accumulated vikarmas. We see problems having a bigger picture, be it any health issue that people
Uh,
have at a
Om
very young
Shanti,
age.
Harshaben, I'm sorry. We're trying to reach you. Can you just check your phone? There's some
Hello?
technical glitch. Hello,
Okay.
Harshaben.
Yeah.
Can you please answer your cell phone? We're trying to reach you. We need to
Yeah,
fix a
yeah, yeah.
technical glitch. Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
We'll just resume in a minute. You can continue asking your questions on the chat box until then. Harshaben, you are on mute, so you can start whenever you're ready.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. There was some technical error which we tried to sort that out. And now we continue that in Kali Yuga, we have a lot of accumulated vikarmas. And as a result of this, we see much bigger problems in front of us today. Shiv Baba has always taught that every scene of this drama, be it the wrong one also, is perfect. This drama is fair because what goes around comes around. It's only a reaction. Since it got accumulated, the reaction is much bigger. This drama Everything which happens, be it any violence or anything, it's only settlement, but in wholesale today, people are settling and they have to settle anyhow. Here we can see Shiv Baba has very beautifully taught us through simple examples of karma so that we use this law of karma very carefully in our every day to day action. Shiv Baba very beautifully shares with we children that if somebody he does something for health, people's health, like for example opening an hospital, then as a result of this good karma, in his next birth, when he will take a new body, his health will be very good. His body will support him a lot. He'll live a healthy life. It's a simple calculation. Here again, we see if somebody opens a school, this is only an example. If somebody does something in the field of education, and through this, if so many people, lot many people benefit, then in his next birth, that person will be highly, supremely intelligent. It's only karma. And here we can see if somebody opens a dharmashala, this is an example only. A dharmashala means a place where maybe pilgrims can stay comfortably. If somebody does charity or good action in his next birth, since he has given comfort to many people, maybe he'll be born in a palace, he'll see lot of happiness. This is how the law applies at every level. If I do some wrong karma with my right hand, which means I beat somebody with my right hand, then in my next birth, my right hand only will have a problem. If I hit somebody with my leg, then my same leg will have a problem in my next birth. I'll share a small story about this. This is a case study by somebody. This case study is in that book, The Same Soul, Many Bodies. In this case study, a woman since years had a lot of pain in her knees. He showed her problem to everybody, every doctor possible in her area, tried every medication, done so much of reports, but nothing could work out. Then one day, she met this doctor who wrote this book, The Same Soul, Many Bodies. And this doctor was into regression then. So this woman met him, narrated her story, and this doctor suggested, okay, you come to my clinic and we'll try regression. We'll see what the issue is. When she went and when they tried to regress her, she went back in her previous births, and in one of her births, she could see, and that is what she narrated. In one of her births, she was a warden in a jail. What she would do is Those who would come into the jail as prisoners, she would break their knees, thinking that by doing this way, nobody will run away from my jail. And the more she was cruel, she would be awarded by her seniors that she's doing her job well. Nobody runs away. And then in her next birth, she was in an army. Soul can be male, female, any. She was in an army, and it is during this period when she was fighting on a battlefield, something like an arrow hits one of her knee, and because of this pain, being on that battlefield for a few days, experiencing that immense pain, she left body in that birth, and then now in this birth, she's having a pain in her knee. What's the reason? Do not know. Even doctors do not know what's the reason behind this. The pain is not in the physical body, the pain is in the subconscious. It's simply karma which is bouncing back. Now, when she knows the reason, this doctor suggested that next time again, when I take you in your past life, those with whom you did this wrong, please ask them for forgiveness. And this is what she did. In her present birth, where she was staying, there were many mines over there, and she came to know that those workers who were working in these mines, because they had to go so deep, no oxygen, no facilities, with time they would develop some health issues. And when she got to know about these health issues, she contacted the government officials, she spoke to many people, and through consistent efforts, she worked on closing all these mines. After some time, the pain in her knee was gone. This is how karma works. Now, when we come to Sangam Yug, all with too much accumulated account of Vikarma, it's now at Sangam Yug when Shiv Baba comes, understanding that we all are empty, tired with the burden of wrong actions. It's then that Shiv Baba comes, a teacher, and he teaches us Sukarma, which is good actions. He teaches us every aspect of life by teaching us every basic detail to begin with, that you are a soul and you're not this body. Once I replace my consciousness from wrong to real, it is then that the internal change begins. It's Baba, like a father, who every day teaches us. In Brahma Kumaris, we have something called Murli, which is nothing but a spiritual class. And in this class, Baba every day teaches us Sukarma, which is please give happiness to everybody. help them, respect them. Baba very beautifully, very lovingly teaches us what being a good human being actually means. He not only teaches us, he even gives us that power, because to do wrong, we don't require power, but actually to do right, we require a lot of spiritual power. So we have our source Shiv Baba, who constantly fills us with this power and being with us, giving us company, observing us, guiding us. He teaches us to do good karma. There are two ways to settle accounts, which is the wrong accounts. And here we can see that one way is suffering, which the whole world is doing in some way or the other. Suffering can be in the form of illnesses, diseases in the body. That's also karma bouncing back. Suffering can be in the form of relationships, husband and wife not getting along, mother in law, daughter in law, or maybe children and parents not getting along. This is some karma which is bouncing back. I have financial issues. Wherever I invest, those investments do not yield a good return to me. My investments are failing. This is again some karma bouncing back. I've got a lot of tension. I'm always stressed. I'm into depression. There's mental issues. This is again some karma which is bouncing back at a subtle level. Below, we can see that we have a second option. Instead of suffering, if by taking guidance, directions of Shiv Baba and being that practically in my life, by taking power from Baba, in Brahma Kumaris, we have four subjects. One is Gyan, which is understanding this knowledge. Second is Yog, which is connecting to Baba and taking power, virtues from him. Third is Dharana, that is inculcating, imbibing all that Baba has taught us and be practical examples of his every teaching. And then we have Seva, which is service, which is to give. It's through these efforts, very peacefully, very lovingly, when I chip in positive into the world, I can settle my vikarmas, and Baba helps in doing this. When we talk about Seva, Baba very beautifully has highlighted we can do Seva, which is we can give back to the world by taking it from Baba. Now the calculation is different. Earlier we used to take from people, but now we know people cannot give it to us. So now we have shifted our attention to Baba, because here we know He will give everything to us, and that too free of cost, without even asking, in wholesale and very lovingly. God is one way. So here we can see that we take it from Baba and we give it to everybody. Now the calculations have changed. Baba has taught us service, and service is one through action, physical actions, second through words, and third, and the very important one, is through our thoughts. In these challenging times, when problems are in wholesale, physical seva, we cannot do much. In this coronavirus disease issue, we can see that we cannot help people much physically. We cannot do much through words also. But yes, then we have this ultimate seva, which is service through my mind. And this is nothing but I become embodiment of peace, love, and happiness. And when I become this, I become a tower of peace which radiates peace into the world. I become embodiment of purity and I simply radiate purity in every part of this world, not just to people, but even nature, every corner. This is good karma, and that too in wholesale. This is what Baba teaches us, that even if you are empty, take it from me, fill yourself, and give it to everybody. Here we can see spirituality is nothing but a reverse journey. It's through this connection that our virtues increase and our vices decrease. The more less vices, we do less vikarma and we accumulate good karma. It's a reverse journey. There's a saying in this world that before giving punishment, a judge many times gives one opportunity to people to change themselves. So here also the supreme judge, whom in scriptures we have referred by calling him Dharmaraj. He also, when he comes down, he gives us an opportunity that change yourselves, do good. So we have this final opportunity here at Sangam Yug. When Baba is here on this stage, we have two important tasks to do, which is nullify old baggage, the invisible one, the one which is troubling us so much. Nullify the old baggage backlog that we have accumulated from Dwapar Yug till now, a big baggage. And here at Sangam Yug, accumulating for future also. What we do today will eat tomorrow. So we need to accumulate, we need to do good karma so that tomorrow we don't have to work. Tomorrow we'll only eat. And that is for Satyug and Treta Yug. Shiv Baba, the ocean of knowledge, our teacher, when he comes down, everybody will get his introduction, but still there are very few who recognize him. Everybody will get this message that God has arrived. That's why Brahma Kumari is serving the society for more than 84 years, doing so much. And the only pure intention behind doing all these services is to let the whole world know that God has arrived. Connect to Him, meet Him. He has come specially for you. Our teacher teaching us what is right, what is wrong. God has arrived. Let's be His students. We are the luckiest today to become student of God. In spite of getting this message, there are few only who recognize Him. That's why in mythology, in Mahabharata, we can see that Pandavas were only 5 and Kauravas 100. So that's the ratio, 5 is to 100, that only 5% approx in this world will recognize him and will put in efforts to become pure. Here, God doesn't do any charity. Here, we do not get anything free. But Baba teaches through our sincere efforts, we'll have to imbibe them and do good karma. God doesn't give happiness, He only shows us the way towards righteousness. It's we who have to walk on that way, and it's through our sincere efforts that we can bring happiness in our life. God cannot be partial, that He gives happiness to few and not to others. No, what we do, we get. Now, among the 5% also who become students of God, not everybody studies similar way. Everybody has got their own journey. Everybody puts in their own efforts. On the basis of these efforts, when the result in the end will be declared, somebody will pass in first division, somebody in second division, and somebody in third division. There will be variety. And then, after destruction, when we souls will leave our bodies and will do this return journey, before going to the soul world, we'll have a halt in the subtle world where there will be judgment day. In Christianity, they talk about this judgment day, that one day there will be a day. In Muslims, they talk about Qayamat, that we'll have to settle our accounts. In Hinduism, they say that one day we'll have to show our face to God. We'll have to give Him answers. Yes, there will be such a day where accounts will be settled. And after settling them, the ones who could settle them completely by putting in efforts, for them there will be no punishments. Others who could settle 60%, 40%, they'll have to bear punishments. That's the calculation. Punishments won't be physical. We're not talking about the body over here. Soul is traveling. So what punishment for the soul? Baba will show a good flashback wherein we can see all our births, what all we did wrong, and the regret that souls will have, that guilt, that heavy feeling that why did I did that? That heavy feeling will be very, very heavy. And that feeling only will be the punishment, which is nothing but a big realization. And then after this, we all will go home, our soul world, everybody pure and at home then. Those at Sangam Yug through Shiv Baba who scored first division, when again Satyug will come, because they have put lot of efforts and they have got this grade, they will become king and queen. There will be hierarchy in Satyug. It's a kingdom. There are variety positions. Those who score well will have a higher position. Maybe they'll become king or queen, or they will be part of the royal family. Those who score second division will become subjects. They'll become praja. And those who score the third division, these are examples only, Maybe they will become servants, also servants of servants. So that is how what we have done in Sangam Yug, Sukarma, when we go in Satyug and Treta Yug, we'll eat fruits of this Sukarma. We do it now and eat it then. Thus, in Satyug, our karmas are akarma, which means no calculation. And thus the whole world remembers do karma, good karma. Only then you'll be eligible to go to heaven. And that good karma Shiv Baba teaches us at Sangam Yug. We have got this wonderful opportunity once in this drama. Let's be good student, good children of Shiv Baba. Let's change ourselves for a better world tomorrow. And now, with this, we finish this chapter today. But before this, let's do 1 minute of meditation. Om Shanti. I see myself today in front of Shiv Baba, the ocean of knowledge, my teacher. God has come to teach me. He's teaching me simple lessons of life. His teachings are bringing a realization in me. It's now that I understand what is truth, what is good, and what is bad. It's now that I know what am I supposed to do. Now I know the purpose of my life. I want to be a good student to Baba. I want to be a good child to him. I'm the chosen one. I feel I'm the luckiest in this world today because there's somebody with me today who cares for me, who thinks about my brighter future tomorrow. Baba, I promise I'll try my 100% to imbibe what you have taught me. I want you to be proud of me. Thank you, Baba, for working on me so much. Thank you so much. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sister Harsha, for taking us through that lesson and clarifying what exactly is akarma, vikarma, and good karmas. Before we head on to the questions today, I just want to remind everyone that we are extending this webinar by 4 more days. So our last session will now be on the 16th of April. And we've got a Google form. We've shared the link on the chat box. So for those of you who are interested in an upcoming intermediate level webinar, please click on the Google form link. If you see on the screen, we've shown you the form. Once you click the link, that's what you will see. All you have to enter is your name, email, where you're from, your phone number, and what you do. And in where did you attend the beginners level, you can just write 6th to 12th April 2020, because you need to do the beginners level course before you do the intermediate level. So now you are all eligible for that. So if anyone's interested, please fill in these details. Thank you so much. Now we'll head on to the questions. So the first question is, at what time in the cycle does Mahavir enter?
Maybe towards the end of Dwapar Yuga, which
Okay.
specific time period we do not know. But everybody, one after another one.
Okay. Thank you. Next question is, why don't we remember our past lives?
Good, we do not remember our past lives. Otherwise, living the present one will be very difficult. There are so many children who remember their past lives. They want to be with that family only. They do not gel easily with the current family. So it's good. I remember one incident wherein one child, he remembered that in his past birth, he was murdered by somebody. And then they kind of verified, and then it came out to be true. This child, when he was small, every time he would remember his past life memory where he was murdered, he would always feel so depressed. That's the reason drama is as such, that past is past and there's a new beginning.
Thank you. Next question is, are there any specific number of births that humans take?
Hello?
Hello?
Anji.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
now
Acha, sorry. The question was, are there any specific number of births that humans take?
84 in total, that's the maximum. The one who will come in Satyug in the beginning, the initial ones, they will take maximum 84 births throughout the cycle. And the ones who will come in the end, maybe in Kal Yuga, by the end of Kal Yuga, will take only one birth. So one is the minimum one, maximum 84, 84.
Okay. Thank you. Next question is there only one solar system where life persists, or are there many more solar systems which might carry any life, either human or other embiotics or something? Anything.
There's only one earth. We have only one home. We have only one father. There's only one stage, there's only one drama. Now, at Sangam Yug, what is important is the inner world and my world, which is my father. The rest, other worlds, they are merely byplots and they do not matter that much now. What they are, let them be. What I am, let I be what I am. That is more important.
Okay. Thank you. Next question is there okay whether the karma chakra is applicable to soldiers who have to defend our country and protect the people, but they have to kill the enemy who are also human beings.
It's applicable to everybody, everyone. Baba always says, if you have to do it lovingly, try that option, but try at this Sangam Yug not to do any violence. It's applicable to everybody. And there are many soldiers who are connected to Baba, and these are their experiences of their life that when they use this power of meditation, when they use this technique of meditation on the enemies also, what you have to do, you have to do. But there is one option if you use this power of meditation, many of your cases, issues will be solved very peacefully, very happily. So that's a different approach which we can try that Baba teaches.
Okay. The next question is, I am not able to accept that one can do good karma. Doing good karma is in one's own hands. Rather, he thinks that it is divine blessings on one's life to do them, meaning everything is predetermined by nature or Baba on any one particular birth for one's renunciation. So he says, please forgive me if this is an incorrect view, but that's his view that doing karma is not in our hands, it's all predetermined.
We always thought that this was predetermined. We always thought that this is in God's hand, that He calculates and He decides. And there are many times then we question God, why did you give me this birth? Why so much of poverty? Why so much of issues? And thus we started hating God. But Baba very, very, very lovingly teaches us, the children, I do not interfere in this law. The way God is eternal, the way souls are eternal, similarly, this law is also eternal. This is an automatic machinery, automatic calculation. God, Baba doesn't interfere in there because a lawmaker cannot be a lawbreaker. He can teach us, and through his teachings, by our efforts, we can do good karma. If God could do, He could do with for everybody, His ocean of mercy. He could not be partial then. Thus Baba says, you thought I could do everything, but Baba says, no, I cannot do everything. Being a teacher, my role is only to teach, but being a student, your role is to study. We both work together as a team for your success, for your future.
Thank you. Um, there's one question where brother says he didn't understand the slide wherein Satyug and Treta Yug we accumulate, and Dwapar and Kalyug we nullify. So does that mean that only Satyug and Treta Yug we can accumulate good karmas and not in Dwapar and Kalyug?
In Dwapar, we started doing Vikarma, but that was initially very negligible. In Dwapar also, for a very long time, there was happiness, there was goodness. But once, when we reached towards the end of Dwapar Yuga and then Kali Yuga, since body consciousness kept on increasing and we were not accumulating, we were not doing that good karma, because more the vices, there will be vikarma only, knowingly, unknowingly. Thus, the backlog kept on increasing, and it's only at Sangam Yuga, which is the settlement period, when I can nullify that backlog at a bigger scale, and it's now that I can accumulate for future, which is Satyug and Treta Yuga. So this is the bigger transition period. This is that Kayamat, where everybody has to settle in wholesale. And God, before the settlement, has given us an opportunity to accumulate for the future also. So this is that big transformation, transition period, which is the most important one.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, uh, she wants to know what will be covered in the next 4 days. So Harshaban, can you just give us an overview of till the 16th of April, the next 4 days, what topics will we be covering?
We'll be covering the history of the institution, how Baba has arrived, point of light, how he's bringing in this bigger transformation, why did he choose Brahma Baba's body only, the whole journey of the institution of 84 years, a beautiful history, a beautiful story. Then we'll understand Murli. This is a course which is designed by us, but Shiv Baba's teachings, when God speaks what he speaks, his versions, his preachings, so we'll understand Murli and everything in detail. We'll understand a lot in these 4 days, many more things. We'll go much into the depth of meditation also. We'll understand many things about meditation also.
Okay, thank you, sister. The next question is, what is explained in the intermediate course? So I'll just quickly tell you all the topics. The intermediate level course will go deeper into how you can bring it into your practical life. So it'll be a little bit of a revision for the beginner level. Then they'll go deeper into how to do Raj Yoga meditation. And there'll be some more details of the Yagya history. And there will be question and answers for clarification. So some of the sessions where you can ask all your questions. Then we'll even go deeper into the aim and object of spiritual study and self progress, and how to meditate to change or reprogram your sanskars to become more elevated original sanskars. So what exactly kind of reprogramming is to be done? And then there will be meditation for churning of knowledge. So how do you, like how Harsha Ben mentioned that there's Gyan, Yog, Dharana, Seva. So how do you go deeper into those subjects? How do you meditate to churn the knowledge more and get rid of waste and negative thoughts? So those are some of the topics that are going to be covered in the intermediate course. We've already reached 6:30. So before the link closes by itself, I think we should end it here today. But I have noted down all the questions, and we will be covering all these questions tomorrow. I'm so sorry we could not complete all the questions. And yes, brother, I know you've signed in, you've registered on the Google Forms. So as soon as we come to know when the next intermediate level is going to happen, when we get the dates, we will surely share them with you. So that's when you'll get a confirmation email for the same. Until then, you can always call the first number on the helpline if you need any additional information for it. Don't forget to log on to justaminute.org, B Zone app from the App Store, brahmakumaris.org/center locator to locate a center near you. And you can get in touch with your cable operators for peace of mind and Awakening TV. Today is the last day for meditation and inner journey. Our courses by very senior faculty, senior Rajayoga teachers. In case you've missed the previous sessions, it's just a short 20-minute session. You can head on to the YouTube or Facebook page for Brahma Kumaris and you'll find the previous recordings there. I think it's really worth a listen. So do try and listen to it if you can. The English one will be live now at 6:30 p.m. So whoever's interested can head on there. So if you have any more questions, please keep them for tomorrow. We'll surely answer each of your questions. Thank you so much. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.